I mean, can anyone else think of a time? Even when we had random maps, I don't think we ever went here.
If that's true, he must have lots of experience.
Fighting battles at such a young age.
All right, this is going to be the last match of the day.
Time for yourself.
Sometimes, but I have so much to do.
And lots of ramifications for the Division 3 playoffs. All right. Evergreen had the map pick, so Outliers had the side pick. And Outliers are going to be starting on defense. Micro going to get the early first pick. Going to get Nuke. Pray for Mojito, guys. This is such a high-level lobby that the E-sub system really doesn't even apply here. Bro's just going to have to be hanging on. We'll see if he can do it. But I honestly respect it. Jumping straight into the lion's den here. And with the opening pick, Evergreen is going to get moving. They're going to get Nuke again. Nuke, the only player that's died so far in this lobby, has died twice. But now Jason will get Orast. But they've got the payload, and they're moving. Outliers want to keep the high ground, so they're not challenging it. They will pick off both supports, though, so Mojito and Orast going to be respawning. Means Outliers probably going to be able to clean up the team fight here. Sounds good, Battle Angel. If anything happens to Mojito, it will sub you right in. Shoya landing a nice shot on the one-shot power there, and they are going to have to gear up. But Evergreen has pushed it far enough that if they win one team fight here, it'll be enough to get this first point. And the first point is usually the hardest. Shoya and JB going at it in the backline. JB in trouble. Probably not going to last much longer. They do have a false bomb, but smartly going to save that for the next team fight. Orbit going to come down for Scatter. And it leads to a double kill for the Outliers. Evergreen just waiting, building up these ultimates. Haven't used anything yet. But really, neither has Outliers besides Scatter just dropping that one.
I go out on my terms.
Mojito going to be swapping over from the Juno to the Baptiste. Awa in trouble once again. Good immortality field. Look at the emergency sub. Keeping their tank alive. But Nuke, in the meantime, is going to get JB. The Tracer duel on the outskirts of the map. Outliers stabilizing well. After losing a couple players in those first couple team fights, looked a little rough for them, but they have quickly stabilized. And now they have an array of ults to use. Use whatever they like here. Well, they actually already used Pulse Bomb. Didn't see that one. So JB with the Pulse Bomb. Micro with Bob. We could use these DPS ults here to try and chip away at this hold from the Outlier. Shoya staying up in the skybox. And wow, look at the tracking from Shoya. Not even going to miss a second of that beam. Both DPS for Evergreen going to get a pair. Jason takes out JB. And Mojito once again with the immortality fields. Like I said, this player is much lower ranked than everyone else in the lobby. I mean, that's kind of how our emergency subsystem works. If you can't get 5 players, we'll fill for you, but they won't be good enough to help you win. It's kind of the thought process behind it. Unless you're Eclipse from last week, where they took down Legion with a full team of emergency subs. But now we're getting close to the final team fight. And this payload is not at the first point. And we have nothing to work with for Evergreen. Meanwhile, we have both support ults ready to go for Outliers. They can just drop the beam. They can drop the Brig ult. And Evergreen shouldn't be able to get first point unless they come up absolutely massive here. In fact, they're not even going to be able to touch. Outliers definitely the favorite to win Division 3. I personally don't think Well, never mind. I was going to say, I personally don't think they lose a map, but I forgot they did. They did lose a map to Saviors. That is true. Dami stream? Oh, what's this? What's this? Does Evergreen have one of their actual players coming in? I don't know, because I remember that username. I remember Dami. I remember that being an Evergreen player. Hold on. We could have a match brewing here. Probably going to lose this first one. But might be able to make something work on the second.
Stick together. Let me take the hits.
No unnecessary risks.
Outliers 2-0 on the season, I believe.
Stay near the immortality field.
Looking for the third. Unless I'm dead wrong. Let's see, am I dead wrong? No, yeah. They're 2-0. They're going to have Instigators as their last match. Week 5.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Alright.
Initiate payload mobilized. Let's get this win.
Swapping sides. Outliers going to be on the attack. Not 100% sure if it's been confirmed, but we might have reinforcements coming for Evergreen. Micro going to get started. Gonna get Shoya. But the payload's still moving, even with the opening pick. Evergreen not wanting to jump on the ground and take on Jason, who's gonna keep on pushing. But quickly debacked there and not gonna last long. Shoya will find JB in the meantime. So a 4v4 at the moment. They gotta keep power up. Have to keep their tank alive if they want to hold this, but man, that is being very hard. Somehow they will. Maybe. And man, that gets close. It's still close. They can't keep this man alive. But they will be able to stabilize, and now they can try and hold bridge, but Oras going down to Jason is going to be massive. Suddenly, this is getting very, very bleak for Evergreen. Pulse Bomb going to come out for Nuke, and it's going to blow up Power. That's their tank down. Probably not going to be back for the last team fight. The real question is if they jump on payload or just wait for the next map. They're going to give it one more try. Shoya's going to take out Oras again. There goes Micro. And once they finish off the last couple Evergreen players floating around the payload, this one is going to be history. All right.
Completely healed.
Outliers going to be striking first. Going up 1-0.
You're powered up. Get in there.
Ugh. Almost done. Maybe. I'm looking forward to our scheduling next season. It's going to be a lot more flexible and probably won't have 4 matches in a day, which, man, does that sound nice right about now. Outliers up 1-0. They are just 1 map away from going 3-0 on their season. Last team on the schedule for them is the Instigators. Outliers have basically already snagged the #1 seed. They'll probably only have 1 regular season game. They'll take on Instigators, and then they'll probably just go straight to the finals because they'll get that bye for being the best. They'll take on probably either Evergreen or Phrases. Don't know who's going to win that one. That one's actually an insanely close matchup. But probably shouldn't matter much. This is why we are swapping to a Swiss tournament next season for teams like Outliers who are in woefully the wrong division. But we're almost done with this season, luckily. We've got 1 more week next week, and then we've got playoffs, And then we're going to be ready for Season 5, where everything is just going to be rainbows and butterflies, my friends. So bear with me till the end. I taught Show you how to play Junkrat? Really? We got to watch quite a bit of that then. Scatter going to get the opening pick, going to take out Micro. And a good start to their defense so far. So this was another one of Evergreen's map picks. Outliers elected for defense. It's really interesting. A lot of different teams have different preferences with that. I personally think defense first is probably the best way to go. And Phoenix confirmed that for me. And if Phoenix is saying that, then it must be true. And this might be a long 3 minutes, I'm not gonna lie to you. Luckily, there's an ad that's about to start. I'm not gonna cancel it. Save some poor souls. But for the rest of us, you're stuck with me. Of swaps on the rolls. It looks like Nuke has swapped from DPS and it's going to be on support now. So a couple players did come in. Horny coming in. Actually played for Outliers last season. Swapped teams a couple times and then ended up right back on Outliers. Actually, interesting story. This was the Division 2 finals match last season. It was Outliers versus Evergreen. But when Outliers won that, they actually became a new team, Legion, and Outliers was given to a brand new owner. And now, Horny has played for both those owners. Alright, 1:30 left on the clock. It was funny, Evergreen wanted me to sub in for this game. I'm so glad I did not. Cage is going to come down for Horny, and Shoya and Nuke are going to have an absolute field day. Grabbing a couple more kills. A couple of ults going to come online for Evergreen soon. We got Powa and Micro's ult getting ready. And they will get a kill. Scatter goes down. So now time to cook. And Horny getting very low. Has to use the life grip just to get around that corner. Micro and Horny going to blast each other. But Micro not going to be able to get out. And even though they lost a player there, they stabilized well. Nuke having some trouble on the high ground. But actually going to be able to survive that just fine. Oras does finish off. Never mind, that was Power. So they are able to get scattered. They're going to have one more shot at the objective. Going in on Shoya, who's not able to fully get out of there. And able to get the Widow right before the Malga comes as reinforcements. Water getting low too on the Life Weaver. Going to have to fully retreat. Now their Maga's going to pay the price for it. Hold on. You guys thought it was over. But Evergreen might come up big here. Nuke gonna get hacked. Still almost got a kill before they were taken down.
Stop the payload, you imbeciles.
Did you ever end the 500-second raffle with the first map? I don't know. Is this just your way of getting an extra raffle? I don't know. I didn't. Thank you, Elena. Whose Lily wins that one? Next one's up right now.
No one can hide from my sight.
Forced retirement does wonders.
Admirez mon chef-d'œuvre.
And with Evergreen taking the point, this one's going to be expedited a little bit longer. Evergreen with lots of ults, too. Horny gonna be in trouble. How the hell did Horny survive that? Oh, it must have been the life grip. Water with the perfect timing on the grip. Their tank surely should have died there. Still, how is this guy not dead? Actually, we're gonna use Life Tree just to keep Horny alive. Honestly, I think he would have been fine, but... Payload is on the move. But only about 45 seconds. So if they get taken off the payload now, they're probably gonna have just one more chance at it.
And I thought you were the hero.
Shoya just hacking everything in sight from the high ground. In just about 17 seconds, so they're gonna have one more shot at it.
Hang in there. This one's up.
Final chance. I mean, they came up big on the last final fight. And that will be the end of the attack phase for Evergreen. Gonna be swapping over to Outliers attack. They just need to get the payload to about halfway to the second point. Get her done. I'm gonna head to the bathroom real quick. I'll be back in just a moment.
Initiating match.
Oops. Where's the right button? There it is.
Me, that just builds me up.
How far is it to Malibu?
Shields up.
I don't know how you do it, Anna. Stay still for hours, waiting for the perfect shot.
I don't know how you zip around without getting dizzy.
Plan to win, or expect to lose.
Five, four, three, two, one. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
Come over here if you want to. Come on, everyone.
Sorry about that. A little later than I meant to be. Outliers already getting close to the first point here. Soccer8285, thank you so much for that follow. Appreciate that.
Happy to assist.
Possibly last map of the series. Outliers just need to grab the points. And then a little bit of the second one, and they'll be on their way to sweeping the division.
John Twitter, it is always appreciated.
Look who's on fire again! Me!
Objective A captured. Escort the payload.
Ladies and gentlemen, my latest creation!
Someone asks us for autographs.
وريهم قوتك. Reality bends to my whims. Lightning ends now.
Play of the game.
No one can hide from my